Okay, we're just getting rid of these extra cars for lag reasons. And I don't think Fire's going to be here, so we could delete his trailer. But I'm going to keep it in here just in case he does come. Jared's not here. Covert's not here. Braden's here. Speedy's here. Northern's here. Gibbs not here. The 20's not here. The 97's not here. The 91's not here. 72, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right, everything's deleted. Is everybody ready to go, or are we still waiting on Northern? Because holy shit.
This is what...
My gosh. Do we want me to get rid of Fire's trailer? Okay, well, nobody answered, so I'm going to take that as a no. All right, I think everybody's here except Robo. He's trying to put the stream up on his stream for some reason. So I'm going to get... Robo is back. Is he back? Can I trust you on that? All right. Are we good? Is Robo here? Robo, can you wiggle your tires if you're here? He's not here, bro. Like, what? I'm here, you goober. All right. All right. So are we good? Is everybody ready? Can we get some R's in the chat? Am I, like, having a stroke? All right. CD5, we're going to be watching for jumps on this start. Do not go until the person in front of you goes. And we are green from New Jersey. The drivers dive up into turn number 1 as Braden Thomas is going to take an early lead, exiting into turn number 2. Coming up in this long corner through the sweeping corner number 3, heading up into turn 4. Shuffle putting pressure on the back of the number 2 as they head through. Has a run on the inside, gets loose. Braden's in the wall, the number 2 loses it, and the 15's there as well. And he is out of the lead pack. Chaos and calamity on this opening drive. Here from New Jersey as Braden Thomas quickly makes his way up to the front. Everybody spinning their tires through the grass. And that will be lap number 1 here from New Jersey Motorsports Park. Chaotic start and Shuffle's already out and about, and Braden Thomas in the grass, and he's going to lose it. Now it's Mistixo and Robomace up at the front. These two very familiar with each other after Milwaukee last week. And Mistixo's out here after a heartbreaking penalty from Milwaukee, which cost him the race. But he's looking to come back and make a name for himself after a year of hiatus and missing the majority of the beginning of the season. It's costed him a lot, and the championship standings as well, but he's going to make his way very well to the first 2 corners, and he's around! He hits the bump. Those rumble strips are very unkind, and he's quickly learned that, but he's in a 3-car draft train, so I think he's all right. Meanwhile, Seeker, Shuffle, and Speedy X1 are going to have to work together to get their way back up to the top 4, sorry. Side by side as they enter corner number 3, that is, I believe. That is Robomace and Braden Thomas fighting for the top spot right now. Braden Thomas has been struggling to keep his car together, having a lot of trouble during practice and qualifying. It's been a rough day for him so far, and the number 3 has found his way up to the top, making his way up to the podium, and the 8 is around. Entering the final 2 corners, he's in the sand trap. Once again, this is a tough race course. This is not an easy place to master. And these guys are quickly learning that. As we saw a little incident there with Northern Speed through the tunnel. He got A little loose, lost it, lost control of the car. Goes airborne in turn 1. So that can't be helping him as we go to the TV cameras. Headed up into turn 4. It's Braden Thomas and Robo Mesa side by side. Braden Thomas currently fighting for his first win of the season, which would be big for him after missing a couple weeks due to real life purposes. But he's going to lose it in the final corner, and he's going to shift back to third. But the top 3 still fiercely with each other. Robo's going to miss the dog leg on the front straightaway. It's going to cost him a bit of time. Now Northern putting pressure. The 3, trying to make some noise on the road courses. He's been awfully silent, and honestly, can't say he's made many starts on road courses at all in his career. Out of the 5 official that we have run, I think there's only been really 1 that he's shown up to. And that was Pittsburgh, and he was taken out of that fairly early on due to some connection errors, but he is here now, trying to make a rumble here from New Jersey and trying to rough up that 12. Throwing everything short of the kitchen sink at him. And I think we already have a first lap car, which is Speedy XR1. Trouble for the 3, and now he's 2 seconds out of Robo, and Robo is now out to a pretty dominating lead. Clear skies and clear track ahead for Robo, but the tight, swift-moving corners, swift-moving sweepers, I call them, are prone to mistake-making. Even the 12 has been a little bit. Caution flag is out. The 2 flips. Not you. Who was it? The extra 1 flips. Caution flag is out. And Robo gets the race back with Northern getting second. Northern gets a lucky break. Seeker will get third, and Sixer will get fourth. I didn't have eyes on it. That's on me. I did say, though, that the flips will be cautions, so. Completely in the rules for that to be called out. So, yeah. So it's a single file restart. Robo will be choosing the lane that everybody restarts in. And he has chosen the outside lane, so Robo Mesa will get first, Northern will get second, Seeker will get third, Mystixa will be fourth, Shuffle will be fifth, Braden will be sixth, and Speedy will be seventh. Mystixa, you are fourth. Speedy, you will get your lap back for Lucky Dog, but you will be getting a first warning out of 4. So Jake, if you could write that down for me, that would be great. We're restarting on lap number 8. CD5, watching for jumps. Do not go until the person in front of you goes. Clean start, we are green. The XR1 already wide out of corner number 1, and he's already around trouble for the 4. Tough day for him. They head down the back straightaway, headed up into turn 4, then through 5. Robo leading the charge. The 6-0 into the outside wall. He's slipping and sliding almost into the CC wall. Barely maneuvers out of it at the last second. Here comes Northern running wide. He's around. Into the second to last corner. Robo still maneuvering his way through the final few corners. Masterfully and probably better than most of the drivers behind him. And now he has a 0.66 lead over Shuffle, but Shuffle is in the draft and he can make up that time. This is a pretty draft-heavy track, as was Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh had pack racing, though. This isn't so much pack racing as it is a survival race. But draft still will matter in terms of catching up to the driver, but just not as much as it did at Pittsburgh. Because this track is really based on making your corners, and look at that, a big run from the 8 already. Driving straight up to the 12, and the 12 is playing a dangerous game, exiting very wide out of the final 2 corners. The 8 tries to follow that line, but messes it up. And that exit is very, very ballsy, as it can quickly diminish your lead if not done properly. The 12 is trying to take every chance that he can get to extend his lead, but the 8 is still in the draft, strong on him. All it's going to take is a few mistakes from the 12 and a few laps to make that happen, but the 8 is going to make a mistake himself, quickly rebounds. But this time he'll be in third. Shuffle now in position to make something happen on Robo in these next few corners. The Robo, being the driver with 2 wins on the road course this season, is setting the standard for everybody behind him. He is the guy this season that will be setting the pace for whatever people need to do behind him. And like it or not, he is probably going to be the class of the field tonight. It's just a matter of Shuffle trying to play that catch-up game and living up to the standard that he's been setting for himself for these past few weeks. He is fast on the road courses. He's pretty dang fast on the ovals. He's been setting a good enough standard for himself. He just needs to live up to that standard that he's been setting for himself every week. And it's good to have that standard, but it's another thing to live up to that. You know, road courses are up his alley. He told me that before this race happened, and you know what? There's a lot of truth said and just. He's leading a tank chassis road course league. So, you know, there is a certain sense of a standard built here for Shuffle in the 15 to be bad fast on the road courses. And he's proving that right now as he took the lead on lap 12. But yeah, there is a certain standard set up here for Shuffle and an expectation from himself. Not so much from the fans themselves, but more so for him. This season's going to be a matter of proving to himself that he is competent, that he can rally with some of the best, that he can drive with some of the best that this series has to offer. Right now, he's being put under pressure from the 12. The 12 very much misses that last corner, trying to make a pass. And now they'll be side by side through the tunnel. Not so much, as Shuffle's going to get caught up in the grass. And there it is, those early on mistakes. You know, you can't be too harsh. You know, this is the first time that Shuffle's been on a legitimate road course. The last time we were here on any sort of circuit, we were on street courses. So this is the first time that he's actually been on a legitimate road course that has, you know, some drivability to it. That needs you to be aware and needs you to be quick in everything you do.
Hey Speedy, why don't you pull it in, man?
It's been a struggle for us for the number 4 all day. There was a lot of trouble for him in that final corner there.
Oh, he wants to stay out.
You know, that's fair. It's a quick points grab. It doesn't really matter where he finishes. It's just a quick points grab. He just needs to wait until... I think he's going to play the waiting out game until the ovals and just try to get any finish that he can salvage out of these road courses. Which, honestly, for an oval racer like him, where he's shined the best, it's not a terrible strategy to have. but a lot of the time he has shown through on the road courses. It's just a matter of the ovals give him a better shot. And a big pass there by the 12. Hit that corner just right for him to slide into the lead. The 8 is struggling. And the 12 has now nicked his way back up in the lead. Swiftly with authority. Now it's all about the catch-up game for the 8 machine of Mistixo. And we look back where he is currently sitting in 4th. Back to the TV cameras, we watch Robo make his way through the sweeping corners of New Jersey. Once again, just setting the standard for the field. Two wins on the season thus far. And a win here from New Jersey could be big for the 12. And you know what? Honestly, he just loves the calming chaos that is a road course. No contact to worry about. Just your own skill set and your own drivability on a track. This is where he shines the most. He doesn't have to worry about the bullshit around him. He doesn't have to worry about drivers on a seek and destroy mission, and that includes himself on a seek and destroy mission. Because sometimes he does screw himself out of wins, but this is the one kind of racing where he can just lay back, let his skill do the talking, and make his way brilliantly through the courses and just nab the win when nobody else expects it. And his counterpart sitting in second is not far behind, but he is a fair way back. He'll make up some time. He's only 1.7 seconds out on the 12R machine now, as we are well deep into this fuel stint right now. There was no pit stops last caution, which I didn't really expect there to be. No gambling done. So right now, what the 8 and the 12R really have to focus on is just building a sustainable gap over everybody, which pretty much they have. The closest car to the top two, which is Mistixo and Robo, is Shuffle, currently sitting in second. Or third. He is 11 seconds back of the number 8, who is comfortably sitting in second. Mistixo has actually lost time out of that final few corners, and right now I think he's just trying to analyze the line that Robo's taken, try to copy it as best as he can, but those final 2 corners have been an absolute struggle bus for him. He makes so much time up in the second to last corner and then just botches it in the final one. Right here, battle for the lead, but he just loses it. Doesn't this time, makes up time. Can he hold on to it? He does. He's starting to learn. He's there with Robo now on that, having a good sense of how the terrain of the road course works, and now they're coming up on a lap traffic car, so they can build up an even bigger lead now. Shuffle's closing in though, 10 seconds out. He was 11 seconds back, I believe, a lap ago, so he's been closing in. Mistixo slowly reeling in the 12R. Bit of lag on my end. It's all right, we stay going as the 8 makes his way methodically through the first corner. Can he make his way to the final one? He does. Holds on to the lead. And now he's got draft from the 4 to help him out. And he's starting to pull away from Robo. Off into corner number 1. The 8 is going to make the pass on the 4. Now Robo, sitting behind, has 2-car draft to work with. This is excellent for him. He can quickly make up time coming up into the final 2 corners, which is probably the greatest passing zone on the track. They make their way through the final 2 corners. Stixo makes it good. But Robo on the hunt. Mistixo barely saves it. They make their way to the front straightaway, and Mistixo's nabbed the lead. And Robo's trailing. Seeker is going to do his first pit of the event. A little bit of gambling from the 24, but I don't know how much he's gambling on. Honestly, I think he's just going to go for the salvage a run. Get any position that he can get and be done with it. But Shuffle right now is in that championship hunt mentality, even though he's 21 seconds back. He could easily make it. He can easily make it up. And the Sixto still leading over Robo Mesa. Robo might just be holding back a little bit. Not too concerned with closing in on the Sixto, which I'm sure he can absolutely do. I think he's just trying to hold back right now, try to clock lap. Play it easy. Don't do anything too stupid to ruin that run he has right now. Mistixo who's going to be ending up making the mistakes. Because he's trying to build up a lead, trying to build up a gap over Robo Mesa. Robo Mesa just doesn't need to make mistakes. He just needs to chill out where he is. That way he doesn't ruin any run that he has. Through the dog leg up onto the front straightaway. Make their way through the first corner. Up into the second. Stixo still holding strong with Robo trailing. And Seeker is reporting that he's pulling it in. No salvaging for him. And this is big news for Shuffle. He'll take second in the overall standings as long as he finishes. A little bit of a championship development here, and we got a crash in the final corner by Mistixo. And there goes his lead. And like I said, it's those ballsy moves. Those ballsy calls to try and make a lead for yourself. Cutting it close, it's what's going to cost you it. Crumbling under the pressure of the road course king that is Robo Mesa, it's hard to do that. It's hard to maintain good pace and good strategy with someone that fast behind you. Now Robo just needs to clock in more green flag laps. He's checked out. He doesn't really need a lot of doesn't need to do a lot here. And now we have Scheiben here, our last race winner. Didn't expect it to be. So I'm going to go delete everything that belonged to Seeker here. Still have 6 cars left on the field on the track. And Braden Thomas is pulling it off as well. Now down to 5 cars. So back to the action at hand. Number 8 has closed in on the 12. And Northern and Shuffle could make up big points today. As much as they have publicly said they dislike the track, this is an easy points grab for a lot of drivers. This is an even easier points grab for Speedy XR1 at this point. He's making up points, and he hasn't even been doing that great this race, and he's already shown why. It's just important to stay where you are. No shame in pulling it in, but it's going to cost you more than it keeps you on the championship hunt, whatever that means to everybody else. But right now, a good battle for the race lead right now. Side by side coming through turn for the second to final corner. And Mistixo botches it. Once again, we see him crumbling under the pressure that is trying to keep up with Robo. And I believe this time it's a little bit more catastrophic as he is now out of draft range. Not a very good Speedy is cleared in the final in his fuel stint. So we're getting to the point of the race where Robo was starting to dominate, trying to get most laps led on the day. We have Mailbox in here. Nice little showing out from him. Always cool to have Mailbox here. Now we're entering the first fuel stint here, coming in close on it. 30 laps into this event with 40 to go. Robo has passed Speedy XR1, 3 seconds separate him and Mistixo. Robo Mesa trying to get en route to winning his 3rd road course straight. Trying to go 3 for 3. Caution flag is out. Northern Speed flipped off of corner number 1. Big yellow here. some implications on fuel strategy, and yeah, that's why you don't pull off. Just saying that. Dude, I didn't make you pull off, but you know. There ain't no shame in pulling off, but strategy-wise, that's why you don't pull off. I'm just putting that out there. This is a huge points thing. Yeah, so if you're going in the pits, do so now. Line up in the order that you were across the line. So that's going to be Robo, Mystixo, so we're waiting on Robo to come back here for the race off of pit road. And some big implications here. Not good start. Is Robo collide? Oh shit. Robo's collide. Well, the rules are if you disconnect, we did this with Northern. So, Jake, I'm gonna talk with you for a minute. We did the same thing with Northern, so I mean, you know.
I know. It's a Robo Mesa.
I'm so sorry, Robo Mesa, but
Unfortunately.
you are out of this event.
Hey, thank you guys for watching. We'll see how
So,
we next
Mystixo, you
people.
can move up. Shuffle, you'll move up. And now we are